Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Audio bandwidth for the Daily GizWiz is provided by Winamp. Subscribe to the Daily GizWiz and all your favorite podcasts with the ultimate media player. Download it for free at winamp.com. Video bandwidth for the Daily GizWiz is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com. It's time for the Daily GizWiz with Matt's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1272 for Tuesday, January 25th, 2011, the RedEye Mini. The Daily GizWiz is brought to you by MailRoute, a secure hosted service that filters viruses and spam for companies of any size. For 10% off the life of your account, visit mailroute.info to sign up.
And now, get ready for Dick.
Hey, Dick DeBartolo, Matt's maddest writer, and the Giz Wiz. We're back from CES. There were millions of new gadgets. Leo managed to find another piece of crap on this Turn the Table Tuesday.
Leo looks under his desk.
What's under here? I don't know. Oh, look, here's some crap I can share with Dick. This is astounding. He always says the spark awaits. I don't understand. Hello, Dick. How are you?
I'm very good, Leo, and you, sir?
I am well. Did you hear?
Now, did you actually find this gadget at CES? Because I
did.
Thought you might. Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Does it have to be a CES gadget? Because I have one that's not.
Not at all. No, it just has to be something not made of wood.
There was stuff you did yesterday. You did something made with wood. The iCade is made out of wood. So don't give me that.
But not in the shape of a 2x4.
No. Actually, I was thinking of doing my new camera, but I just got it today, and I'm excited about it. But maybe I'll save that for next week because I got this for the cruise. You know, I should warn everybody. I'm going to be gone for 3 weeks, in the first 3 weeks in February. I'm going to be.
This is a daring thing for you to do.
Yes. In fact, Jennifer asked me this morning about my will. She said, "Do you have a will to live?" No, she said, "Just in case you don't make it back." She says, "I'm not wishing any ill of you. Pay no attention to that lumpy device I've stuck in your suitcase. But just in case you don't make it back, you do have a will, don't you?" And I said, "Yes, dear, everything goes to you." And I don't know why, but she laughed maniacally then. I don't.
Oh, okay.
That seemed a little odd. I thought the maniacal
No, because
laugh.
it's funny because 2 weeks ago she called and she said, "How can I get Leo to sign a paper with him not knowing what he's signing?" And I said, "Just put a bunch of papers together and just say, it's the lease, it's the thing, it's the car payment. And just put a blank paper there. And he's so busy, he'll just sign it."
That's what Lisa does. I mean, that's pretty much how their business gets run.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's learned long ago that Lisa's the boss, that in fact, the best thing to do is not to ask me, just do it. It is better.
She's good, by the way. I never worked with Lisa.
You said some very nice things about her at CES. I thought we had dinner together.
We had dinner together, but I mean, like, I had to catch a plane, but I wanted to go to dinner with you guys, and dinner was at 6:30, and CES that night closed at 6. And I said, "Lisa, the chances of us getting any form of transportation is low." And she said, "You haven't dealt with Lisa."
She's the fixer, we call her around here.
Why? Oh, yeah.
You said something cute. You said, "Hey, you're not just a pretty face."
Yeah. And I had never been in a truck with cattle, and that in itself was fun.
Sure, it's an experience. I mean,
it's an experience I'll never forget.
Think of it as not a ride, but a ride.
A rodeo on wheels.
Right. So, no, and in fact, actually, that's funny you should say that because Lisa asked me the same question. Apparently, there's life insurance on that she's taken out as well. So now I'm a little worried.
And me. That's why I said such nice things about her. I'm in for 10%.
So I'll either be gone for the next 3 weeks or for an indefinite stay.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what really worries them both? This is a geek cruise. It's MacMania 11. I fly to Buenos Aires February 1st. And I'll talk more about this. In fact, really pretty much till you're sick to death of it over the next week and a half. But I fly to Buenos Aires February 1st. We board the ship on, I think, the 3rd or the 4th. We sail down to the Falkland Islands. That's the tiny island that the Britain and Argentina fought over in the Falkland War several decades ago, and Britain won. And God knows why they wanted it, because it's just sheep, basically. But anyway, we're going to go there. We'll visit the sheep. Then we go through Cape Horn. Now, this is why Jennifer's not on the cruise. She's not crazy about ships. She's not. You and I love boats. You're a boat lover. I'm a boat lover.
Yeah, exactly.
Love the ocean, love the sea, love the spray in my face, the wind in my hair, the croaking of the seals, the beating of the albatross wings. It's wonderful.
Oh, yeah. The ice against the hull from the ice.
Well, we're going through Cape Horn, which is a very treacherous passage around the tip of South America. And Jennifer said, well, is that safe? And I said, well, only 50,000 ships have gone down, which leaves many, many more that have made it. And that kind of didn't reassure her. So she said...
And what ship are you going on? Is this a major line?
The HMS Albatross, actually. It's an interesting...
Oh, yeah, the Albatross. Oh, that's good. Is it up again?
No, I'm going to go on... It's a Holland America. It's the... And the Dutch are mariners.
They are.
Yeah, they know they're seafaring. Vasco da Gama was a Portuguese. But anyway, the boat is called the MS Veendam. All their boats end with the letters DAM, D-A-M. Which doesn't really inspire confidence.
Not at all. Not at all.
Maybe that's why.
And you're on the I Don't Give a? Is that the ship you're on?
That's why they're calling it the Cruise to Hell? I don't know. But anyway, so we go through Cape Horn, and then I get off at Punta Arena, and I'm going to Antarctica. I'm getting in a small plane, an ice plane. They land on the ice. We get out. We've got cleats on our feet. We've got bundled up. And we're going to go wander around on the ice floes for a day, and then we come back, and then from there we go up the west coast of South America. Jennifer's going to fly down and meet me at the end of the cruise at Porto Mat, and then she'll have 2 days of the cruise. Then we're going to go to Valparaiso, then Santiago, Chile, then fly to Lima, Peru, fly from Lima to Cusco, which is at 16,000 feet. I think it's the highest city in the world, and it's at great elevation as well. And then from Cusco, we take a train to Machu Picchu, which is the great Inca tombs of the Incan rulers.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Durante.
Jimmy Durante.
Yeah, the Inca Dinka
dink, a dinka dink. Machu Picchu, and I got a million of them. And then we tour around there. They give you, when you arrive at the hotel at Machu Picchu, they usher you in. You're at great altitude. You're very lightheaded because, you're almost, you're 5 miles high or something. And then they give you little tiny cups of coca leaves, a coca tea made out of the coca plant, which is the same plant they make cocaine out of. It doesn't cure the altitude sickness, but you don't give a damn. And then we come home. And so I can understand why some might be concerned that I may never make it back from this.
There's just one slight flaw in this plan.
Yes.
Is you never added in you're having to talk to the people. I think you left that out when you made this plan. Aren't you supposed to?
I got lectures.
Giving lectures and
stuff?
lectures
in there somewhere. I don't know.
Oh, you do in there. So
somewhere in there. Okay. I didn't.
Okay. You're doing some lecture thing.
Yeah. So anyway, this is going to be a lot. I'm really looking. This is the trip of a lifetime, and I really can't wait. But I will gone for 3 weeks. I think Tom Merritt will be filling in for me.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I don't think you're coming back.
So I got a gadget.
Okay.
I'm going to let you guess this gadget, although this isn't really fair because I think you saw it at CES.
I didn't see this.
It comes in a little keychain. Yeah, you did. You said you did. I think you did.
Okay. Oh, if it's that gadget.
It's
I didn't see the CES, but they sent me one.
Oh, you didn't see it, but they said so. They came over to our table, and it's funny that they handed it to Eileen, my producer. Eileen said, "Well, would you like to show it to Leo on the air?" They said, "No, just give it to him." So what do you think? Well, you know already, but I'll ask the audience.
Wait, this is
a good. What
versions.
The heck is
so
it?
This is the version I don't have.
Oh, this is the new one.
Yeah, is this the device?
This is the mini. Don't say. It comes in a little plastic toolkit on a keychain.
Okay.
Okay. It's got an R on it. That's the logo of the company. What is that?
Is it something to do with? Is the R for red?
Is the R for red? Yes, it is. Very good.
Okay.
That's a hint.
Because.
All right, let me open it up, see if it helps.
Okay.
We've got a live studio audience. Are you baffled? You baffled?
Yeah, I'm baffled.
Okay. Live studio audience says what? I'm sorry, I was asleep. I didn't mean to wake you. I'm sorry. Okay, now I look inside. Look, it's got a little 3-ring audio jack. Okay. I'll give you a hint.
Now I know.
I'll give you a hint. That plugs into this. This is the iPhone 4. And here's the biggest hint of all. So I've plugged it into the audio jack of the iPhone 4. And then you may not be able to tell on the camera there, but that's kind of translucent at the end there.
So it's sending a signal out if it's translucent.
It is sending a signal. This is from RedEye. It's the RedEye Mini. It turns I'm very intrigued by this. It turns your iPhone into an infrared remote. Isn't that cool?
Oh, that's very good.
So
that's very good.
One of a lot of people are using iPhones for remote. In fact, Apple makes a remote control application that controls the Apple TV. But in all cases, with this, the remote has to use Wi-Fi. But most remotes, excuse me, most remotes in your television setup are actually infrared, and of course the iPhone has no infrared capability. So RedEye has made a little adapter that converts your iPhone, it works with the iPad and the iPod Touch, into an infrared universal remote.
Now, how do you tell it how many components you have?
Oh, it's actually very cool. So now I have to say I've been playing with this, not for very long, about 15 minutes, and I haven't yet been able to get it to do something because, as with most universal remotes, you have to set it up for your devices. And the truth is, even in the studio, I really don't have a lot of infrared devices. At home, it would be probably more appropriate. You create a room, which is your locale, basically. Within the room, you can add devices. So I'm going to go to the Device tab. You add a device. And now the nice thing about the devices is it has a pretty large collection and setup of devices. So the RedEye Mini, I can go in here and I can add a device. And when you add a device, you'll go through a list of quite a few choices from all the major manufacturers. Let me see if I can get. There's commands. You have to add a command. RedEye Mini. Here's the room. Okay, I have a TV on here, but I'm going to add a new device. So manufacturer, and then you go through an alphabetic list. So in some ways, this is easier. Other universal remotes, you'll often have to go to the web and say, look it up, or they'll give you a piece of paper with all sorts of tiny little writing on it that you can't figure out. But let me pick something here. Radio Shack, Rhapsody, Recoton, Replay TV. How about TiVo? Let's see if this will work as a TiVo remote. So I'm going to put in TiVo here. I don't happen to have a TiVo here, but I'll just show you how you would program it.
Yeah.
I mean, there it is. There's the TiVo. And then it'll say, so you save that. Then it'll say, okay, device type. And I'm going to say, well, TiVo makes a bunch of different things, but I'm going to say this is a DVR. And here, where is it? Actually, we'll say cable box, rather. Oh, there we go. Save that. And then you enter in a name that it's going to use. I'll just use TiVo, so I can, that's a good name for it. And then you can enter the model number and description. Yes, well, you could call it, your DVD, but that would be silly. Now you see it's searching for infrared codes. Now, it said I can't find anything for that particular device. So then you can teach it like you would a standard
So it's a learning remote.
It is also learning remote. Although, I'm surprised. I must have done something wrong because I think it has the TiVo setup in it. It has a lot of, but in addition, somewhat like the Logitech Harmony One, not only can you add devices, but you can add activities. So you can have, I have 2 devices now. I can create an activity that says turn on the TiVo, turn on the TV, switch the TV to this channel. So you can actually create programmable activities. It is really kind of very much like a Logitech Harmony programmable remote, except that it's a lot less expensive. $49, and the app is free in the App Store. So a very, very kind of inexpensive way to take your phone and add it. And now you understand why they have this little keychain thing, because this is the one problem. You think your remote control was easy to lose. You're not going to lose your iPhone. We know that. But this thing, try find that in your TV room. It's tiny, so I can see why they've got this little carrier.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. Now you put that on your keychain, and wherever you go, you've got the infrared addition to your device. So ThinkFlood is the name of the company that makes this. They made a larger RedEye device that was actually a dock. That's probably the one you saw, right?
It was. I think it was the dock.
Yeah, I think this is the ThinkFlood IR Mini, and I think this is a big step forward. I'm not sure I'd want to. Well, of course, the dock you're not going to lose as easy, right? So maybe the dock is a better choice in that respect. ThinkFlood.com. The Mini is called the RedEye Mini, and as I said, the dock is $188. This is a lot cheaper.
Oh my word! Yeah,
the Mini
this is the way to go.
Yeah, the Mini is $49, and I think a really clever idea. And the portability makes it even more interesting because you can carry this around and use it everywhere you go. The RedEye Mini from ThinkFlood. And now I just got this at CES, so I haven't had a chance to program it with my home setup. I left it here so that I wouldn't forget to do it for the show. So I'll try it at home and we'll see how it works. Actually, but you're right. It'd be good for presentations. There's a lot of different cases where having infrared capability would be very handy to have. So having this on a keychain kind of makes sense. Dick, before I get to the letter of the day, we got a good one for you. And by the way, I should play the Dan Luters thing, shouldn't I?
Oh, yes.
I'll see if I can find that.
Okay.
Dan took, we had so much fun at the Showstoppers event, Stephen Leon's Showstoppers. Thank you, Stephen, for great hospitality. That's where we did all the Giz Wizzes for the past week. And at the end, remember we sang that song, Goodbye for a While?
I tried to sing that.
We didn't sing it. But Dan has auto-tune and some instruments, and he actually made a pretty good song out of it. So I'll see if I can find that and play it for you. Before I do that, though, I would like to mention my friends at MailRoute. And when I say my friends, I actually literally mean my friend Tom Johnson, who I've known for 6 years. Met him at family camp. He was ensconced in the cabin. Instead of doing all the activities, he was programming. What was he writing? Well, Tom has actually had a pretty good history with email stuff. He worked with John Postel at USC. I mean, he's really a long-time email guy. He wrote a thing he called FrontBridge, which he sold to Microsoft. Microsoft calls it Hosted Exchange Services. You probably use it if you use Microsoft email. This guy knows what he's doing. He was looking to make a better anti-spam solution. Now, this was 2004. He created something called MailRoute, and I've been using it ever since then. I was one of the early beta testers, and I tell you, I wouldn't live without it. Now, it's not for everyone. This is not a client program you run on your computer. It's for people who run their own servers, whether your business needs its own mail server for privacy and security, whether you're a university, perhaps you're an individual like me. I run my own Leoville.com mail server because I want to have my own personalized email address. And when I first set up Leoville.com, I got a lot of spam, and there wasn't much I could do about it except running complicated, expensive server-side solutions like Spam Assassin. MailRoute just took it all off my back. All you have to do is change your MX record. All the mail that comes to Leoville.com first goes to MailRoute. It comes to Leoville. Leoville says, let MailRoute handle it. MailRoute filters out the worst spam with a very low false positive rate. I've never seen a false positive in 6 years of using it. It's just remarkable. Gets rid of the junk and then forwards the good stuff back to the server. So it's as if that spam never even existed. You don't even know it's there. If you want to check MailRoute, they have a spam store so you can see how effective they are. And it's really eye-opening to see all the junk mail I'm not seeing. All those Viagra ads, the hair loss ads, all that stuff. I don't ever see it because MailRoute stops it cold. They use all sorts of very effective modern techniques to get rid of it, including something called gray listing, which is kind of clever. If an unknown mailer comes to you, so most mail route knows if you respond that, well, you know this person, or they've mailed you before and you've accepted it. So they say, well, that's likely they're not spam. But if this is a mail from somebody you've never seen before, and I get a lot of that, mail route does a little trick. It says, oh, I'm not ready. Come back in 15 seconds. Now, a normally configured mail server will say, okay, fine, because this happens all the time, and comes back. But spam mail servers don't. They don't try again. They give up and move on. They've got too many messages to deliver. They're not interested in trying twice. They don't care that much. So this simple technique, gray listing, eliminates a huge amount of spam. You never see that stuff. Out of 1 million messages sent to me at leoville.com over the last 12 months, 970,000 were spam. They're gone. I never saw them. I love MailRoute. I know you will too. We've set up a special deal for TWiT listeners, GizWiz listeners. If you go to mailroute.info, that's a special address just for you. It'll explain the whole system. There's a free trial there. And if you decide to sign up, 10% off the life of your account forever. 10% off for the life of your account. I'm such a believer in MailRoute. When Tom said, hey, I need a way to let people know about it, I said, please, let me tell people about it on our shows, because I just use it and love it. Mailroute.info. Please do me a favor. Give it a try today. I know you're going to like it. Here's an email. You didn't know that's how Michael Jackson did that. Michael talked like that. But what they do is they dip his toe in cold water.
In cold water. Wow.
Email from our friend Kevin Sell, who does a podcast called Weather Brains. Remember that? Gentlemen.
Yes.
Oh, is he confused? Gentlemen. It must be a misdelivered. It was January 12th, 2009, when Leo appeared on the Weather Brains podcast and mentioned his visit on the Daily GizWiz. 2 years to the day after that visit and mention, another Weather Brains listener survey landed in the inbox today. A fellow from Maine found the show via the Daily GizWiz.
Wow.
He must have been listening to old shows. And Kevin says, we get 1 or 2 of these every month. Oh, I'm sorry. We get 1 every 2 or 3 months. Big difference. I sure don't know how many listeners we have sent your way. We mention you often, but we're sure appreciative of all the listeners you've sent us. No cash award, but we may be able to rustle up another blizzard for Dick. Thanks as always.
And they did.
And they did. That's so nice of you, Kevin. How was that blizzard? That was just a couple of days ago, right?
That was just like 10 inches in Central Park. So after the 20,
nothing.
It's like nothing.
You guys are hardened now.
Yes.
Yes. If you go to weatherbrains.com, you can see their podcast. They've done a bunch of shows. I love it. The official netcast. I love it that they call it a netcast. The official netcast for people who love weather. And it is a lot of fun. I mean, it's a really, and a bunch of people on that. James Spann also does it. J.B. Elliott, they were on when I was on. Tim Coleman, Brian Peters, Bill Murray. Weatherbrains.com if you love weather. Let's send some people their way. And thank you for sending your people our way, Kevin. Dick, I'm done.
You are?
I'm done. That means it's your turn tomorrow. Back to work for you. Are you ready?
I'll be here.
DAIL. Why? It's the Daily GizWiz. It's the Daily GizWiz. It's the Daily GizWiz.
It makes its own gravy.
Yeah.